Hello there, and welcome to the next episode in my voiceover journey. And thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate that. Now, stick around till the end because I do have something really exciting. It's a new development which is happening tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it. I wanted to do this video first just to tell you, and then after this, I'm going to start doing some practice, let's say. And then tomorrow night or the next day, I'll do another video and tell you how that went. But I'll tell you what it is a bit later on. Now, first of all, what I would like to do is, as this is the beginning of my journey, I would like to tell you a little bit more about the reasons why I am getting into the voiceover industry. And I think it's important for you to decide this and figure this out for yourself, why it is that you want to get into it. And I want to tell you a quick little story. When I was 14 years old, a friend of mine and myself set up a school radio station. His name was Ian Spence, and we set up this school radio station because we both absolutely loved radio. I used to have a map on my wall in my bedroom of the UK, and on that map was a sticker of every single independent local radio station in the country, as well as some of the BBC ones as well. And I used to write to all of them and ask them for their stickers. That's how anal I was about getting to this, about being in radio. I just loved being behind the microphone and talking into it for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I'll do, and I'll tell you about that. So in my bedroom, I had a microphone set up with a little mixer and a tape deck. And I used to basically just pretend that I was a DJ in a studio doing the talking in between records, and I would just come up with stuff. And then I'd record it, and then I'd play it back to myself, and then just keep doing that all the time. And then my friend and I set up this school radio station, and we used to play music to the kids in their lunch breaks 3 times a week, on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday, for half an hour. And they loved it. And we would also get practice and get the feeling of how it was to be a broadcaster, to broadcast something to an audience that enjoyed what you were doing. And it was fantastic. And then shortly after that, I got a gig on Worcester Hospital Radio. And I used to go there on a Saturday and a Sunday. We did a very long show because it was a sports show. So it went from like 12 till 5 or 6 o'clock. And my job would be to go and sit in the other studio and watch the TV for all the sports results, note them all down, and then take them into the DJ, and he would then give all the sports results out to the patients whilst the results came out. So I tried to give them up to the date sports news. And then a bit later on, he gave me a little slot on his show. He gave me a half an hour slot on a Sunday. And during this I was so excited about this, and I was like, oh my God, I've got to create a show. So I'd be at home and I'd figure out what am I going to do? So I would I would do a competition of some kind, a phoning competition. There'd be some comedy elements. So I'd make some skits up, and I'd make it all funny and entertaining for that half an hour that I had. And I loved it. But what happened was that this guy that I was with, who gave me this slot, he used to tell me off on air about the things I was doing wrong. Now, I was 15 years old by the time I was doing this, and very vulnerable. And he just basically slated me on air and made me feel like an idiot. And eventually that did it for me. I quit, and I gave up that dream. And my friend Ian also had a hospital radio slot, but he was with a different person and he didn't get that kind of treatment, and he went on to have a radio career. And it's always been in my mind to get back behind the mic and do this, because it's a creation, and I really like it. And then what I wanted to do is I wanted to get back into it, and it's only just now. I'm 49 now, 50 shortly in a few months, and it's never too late, because I wanted to get back into this creativeness, and I wanted to feel what it's like to really go for it properly. And so last year I took myself off to the Voiceover Network Above and Beyond event 2019, and during that conference, I went on an animation workshop with a Hollywood animation actress called Laurie Allen. Now, she's been the voice of Pearl in SpongeBob SquarePants. She's also in Toy Story 4, and she's been in lots of animations in Hollywood, and she's really well known, and she is fantastic. She can just switch into characters like that, and she's really funny. A lovely person to work with. And what happened was, we did this workshop. There was about 10 people in this circle, and we were each given a script, and we had to perform this script. It was about 1 minute long, and I thought to myself, my God, I'm not sure if I can do this, because all the other guys in the group were like trained actors. They'd been to college and they'd done 3 or 4 years in drama school, and they got all the practice and knowledge and teaching. And I felt like, oh my God, I'm just me. I've just turned up. I've not done anything. And then I found out there was like 2 or 3 other guys that were in a similar situation as myself. So I thought, okay, well maybe it might be okay, but I'm gonna just see how it goes first. And then Laurie said that anybody can just come up. I'm not going to pick you out. Just come up when you're ready, because this is your workshop and it's got to be your decision. So I was like, fine, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch a little bit and see how it goes. Anyway, some guys got up, and I'll tell you, they were perfect. And I was like, oh my God, I am not going to get up and do this and make a fool of myself. And I was very solidly sat in that chair. And she's like, okay, who's next? I'm like, not me. And then fortunately, somebody got up who was not so good, and it gave me the confidence, and I was like, man, maybe I can do this then. And then someone else got up, and they were not too great either, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can do this then, because I can't be any worse. So I went up there, and I had a quick scan around, had a look, and looked at my script, and I was playing a character called Jack, and he was a guy who for some reason liked to go down into the sewers during his lunch break and walk around and talk to the rats. It's a script, it's an animation, it's a creation, so I just mocked up this guy being a Cockney geezer. All right, mate, yeah, I like to go down the sewers, don't I? Enjoy my lunch times and talk to the rats. So he had that accent, and I carried out this script, the script, and I was very animated and emotive with my voice, and acted this thing out. And I felt like I got into this zone. You get into this creation zone, and the audience become a little bit separated. But then I noticed that they started laughing at some point, and it's a strange thing when people start laughing at your creation because you want it to be funny. It gives this boost of confidence. It's really special, and I loved it. And then I did some more comedy bits, and they laughed at that. And then I finished, and it's like, yeah, and everybody gave me a round of applause, and I felt great. And then Laurie turned around to me and she said, "Brilliant, very well done. You have this natural comedic timing." And I said, "Oh, my dear, I am touched." And a bit later on, I spoke to her, and what I found was that, you may have heard that, being in the acting world is all very lovey-lovey and all this kind of thing, and a bit poncy, and you think it's just a pretense. But actually, I finally understood what that was. It was when you're creating something for an audience to enjoy and believe, then you need to create it. You need to be that thing and create it. And you need to be in an environment that is creative. And you don't need any bad vibes in your environment whatsoever, because that can take you out of that zone. And I realised that all these actors that were around me, they came up to me afterwards, and they shook my hand and they said, "Richard, that was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Very well done. You were like a natural." And it gives you such a boost. And it's just so great being in that creative world. And I just decided that, yeah, this is something I want to do. I know I have to practice a lot more to become an animation actor, because you do need to be an actor. So I respect the industry enough to get some training in that field when the time is right. And from that, I decided that I really truly believe that through my voice, I can educate people, I can inform people, I can entertain people, I can make them laugh and maybe even make them cry, and very definitely make them sleep, from what my past girlfriends have said. So you can have an effect on people through what you do with your voice, and you don't necessarily have to be on the screen to do it. You can be behind a microphone and act and inform, so even when I do corporate scripts or e-learning scripts or on hold messages, it's informing people. It's you can do it in a very boring way, or you can do it in a way that's going to make them learn something. So that's why I want to get into it, because I want to create, and I want to make an effect, a positive effect on the people that are listening, inform them, educate them, and all the rest of it. So that's my passion, and that's why I want to get into it. And I'm really looking forward to meeting all the different people that I'm going to meet on this journey that are going to help me achieve that mission. And it's going to be such fun. And talking of fun, tomorrow, what I'm going to do is, hang on, now I'll tell you that a bit later on. For starters, or the second starting bit, is, no, I'll go into that another day. No, I'll do it now. So the next thing I wanted to tell you is, how am I getting myself into the mindset to be disciplined enough to do this? Because you have to be disciplined, and you have to be in the right mindset. If you're going to, I believe, if I'm going to create a business and create a creative business and be a success at it, I need to be disciplined. It's so easy to procrastinate and do other things. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos, because it gives me accountability to you. Because I feel that if you're kind enough to follow the journey, then I deserve to give you the story. And that gives me my accountability to do these. And it also gives me a reason to create a story. I've got to do something to tell you something. Anyway, in order to get myself in the same mind, in the right mindset, in a disciplined mindset, I've decided to change my habits. And one of these things that I've decided to do to start off with is you have to get yourself into more active habits and routines. So I've decided to take on some personal health goals as well as business goals. And what that entails is starting the day doing exercise every day, and then also taking a cold shower every day. And I've been doing that now for a week and a half, and when I first started, it was tough. Now I'm getting a bit more used to it, but I'm trying to change my mindset to be like, when I wake up, I want to wake up and jump onto that machine because I'm excited to get on it. And because I'm trying to create that same energy to get into the booth and create what I need to create with that as well. And not do the other procrastinatory things like, oh, I'm just going to watch this or watch that, or, read this or read that. So I'm going to create a schedule for these things. But for the exercise, it's definitely in the morning. And I've got a short little video to show you what I do. Here it is. Excellent. Do that every morning. Refreshing. Good. All right. Well, that's what I do every morning. And that's what's helping me to get me into the right frame of mind to be disciplined to make this goal happen. And it's important, I think, to do that, to get into these active mindsets so that you do what you plan to do. All right, so tomorrow, what's happening? Well, I'm going to be having a coaching session with my coach, Tanya Rich, who has just been nominated for a SOVAS Award, by the way, for having the best, or one of the best, commercial reels. So very well done to her and congratulations. I hope you win. She's awesome. And I hope to have her on my little channel shortly to have a little chat. And we're also going to record my first demo, which is going to be an IVR demo, which is it stands for what's it stand for? Voice recognition. Interactive voice recognition. In other words, it's like a telephone on hold message. That's what I'm basically going to coach in and record a demo for tomorrow. Because I thought this would be a nice introduction into the industry, or help me get some work and start getting me some wherewithal to move on to a commercial reel and do commercial things. So I'm really excited about that. Looking forward to it. Going to do some practice just after this, and then I'll let you know how it goes. My website is under development, and I'm looking forward to getting that done fairly soon. I will put my new demo on there, and as soon as it's launched, I'll let you know. And so that's that. And then that's it for now. I think it's all coming together slowly, but it's coming together. And I think it's coming together professionally. And once I've got my demo and my website up, and I think it's then time to start reaching out to people. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that, and hopefully meet some of these guys and get them on, have a chat, and basically have an adventure. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please do subscribe. Hit the bell button so you get notifications of when the next one is out. And I will catch you on the next episode. I'll see you then.